It is time now to know what's on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, and public affairs analyst Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet and political technocrat Dayo Kayode are in the studio to look at the papers this morning. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Very well, thank you. All right, we'll begin with the first newspaper, and it says Yoruba Monarchs in Benin move to save Igboho. Yoruba Monarchs in Benin move to save Igboho. You find details of the story on the pages of the first newspaper. To the blueprint now, Benin Republic court trial, Yoruba Nation agitator Igboho knows fate today. Yoruba Nation agitator Igboho knows fate today. All right. To the Daily Times, Kaduna, I was a living dead man while my daughter was in captivity. Parent. I was a living dead man while my daughter was in captivity. Parent. To the Leadership newspaper, after 20 days in the dungeon, tears of relief as 28 abducted Bethel students reunite with families. Tears of relief as 28 abducted Bethel students reunite with families. To the Business Day now, Nigeria risks a lost generation on a mass abduction of students. Nigeria risks a lost generation on mass abduction of students. All right, we move to the Nigerian Tribune now. How INEC, NSA, Army got 76 billion naira without appropriation. Senate, funds meant for rice production released by Accountant General to Electoral Commission, others. And we have pictures of parents crying as they received some of their children who were abducted yesterday. All right. To the Vanguard newspaper now, Sunday Igboho, federal government ready with evidences for Beninese court to present exclusive videos today. Olubadan sends delegation to Cotonou as Yoruba Monarchs meet in Benin Republic to discuss his detention. Witch hunting won't stop agitation. YOV blasts federal government. All right. To the Nation newspaper now, federal government demands nothing short of Igboho's extradition. Nigeria ready for diplomatic showdown if Benin Republic declines. Right. You find details of the story on the pages of the Nation newspaper. To the Punch newspaper now, Baptist school students, Kaduna bandits collect 50 million naira ransom. Hold back 87 students. 28 students released. Proprietor says bandits to free others in batches. Niger Pupil spent 54 days in captivity. FGC Kebbi students 40 days. To the Daily Trust newspaper now, kidnappers in Federal Capital Territory begin collection of ransom through banks. How we are made to make deposits, victims, relatives, banks not helping matters, victims, what government is doing. Right, that's an interesting story there. To the Guardian newspaper now, manufacturers, importers stranded over 6.5 million naira duty on transit goods. To the Daily Sun, INEC, NSA, Army, others in 76 billion naira illegal loan scandal. Auditor General's report exposes how agencies borrowed money from government accounts without repayment. All right, to the These Day newspaper, Big Five banks loans to customers hit 50 trillion naira in 5 years. Access Bank leads with 11.92 trillion naira, followed by Zenith Bank, 11.29 trillion naira. To the News Direct now, 280th MPC meeting, mixed reaction trail caught in CBN's interest rate, other parameters formulate economic security. And finally, on the pages of the national economy, Nigeria will not meet deadline for AFCFTA's 97% tariff cut report. All right, gentlemen, we'll look at two stories this morning, but let's begin with the story of the Baptist students, school students who were released yesterday, and Some papers are reporting that a ransom of 50 million naira was paid. But let's look at the reaction from the parents. A particular parent said, according to the papers this morning, that he was a living dead while his child was away. And when you look at the report of one of our correspondents from Kaduna, when we read the news this morning, a particular parent that didn't see her child as part of those who were released actually fainted, and they were trying to revive her. I mean, let's get your reaction to this developing story, Dr. Kayode.
Veronica, you say, what often comes to my mind is that this kind of a scenario is better imagined than experienced. And it is on that basis that my heart always go to those people that are victims of all this kidnapping, maiming, and all that in this country. Aside from looking at their reactions, the reactions of the parents, the utterances of those parents, can we just, for goodness sake, look at how we will not be experiencing all this bad news all of the time? Can we just look at how we as a people can join hands as one and face this menace once and for all? And the truth is this: without the government showing that political will to end this in our country, we can't get to anywhere.
Right.
In terms of, the government has gotten all the necessary apparatus that can be deployed for the people to now join hands with them and ensure that this kind of a thing doesn't happen again. Over the weekend, I think sometimes last week, we heard about the delivery of
Super
Tucano. And somebody was saying, yes, this is going to be the... I said, no. No.
Why do you think so?
It is beyond getting Super Tucano. It is about exhibiting the political will to end this thing.
Isn't that the insurance that the government's decision to bring in the Super Tucano? Isn't that a display of its political will?
Was it not also on this platform that we're discussing about changing the service chiefs? And I told you that it's beyond changing the service chiefs. It's about that political will. It's about the president himself changing his philosophy towards ending this security issue. And after the service chiefs have been changed, are we still not experiencing it? Are they not still coming up the way it used to be? So the issue now is this. We Nigerians have heard from several people how we were placed on this particular situation we are in this country. Melifia has spoken. NPDP leader has also spoken. Madam Taraba has also spoken. So what I'm expecting the government to do is to swallow their pride and come to Nigerians and say, okay, look, let us.
Pride, how? You know, we need to make these statements clear so that people wouldn't read between the lines.
Let people read between the lines.
We are speaking to people of divergent views. Let's make our statements as clear as possible.
Can we go back to what Baraje said?
All right.
When he said, look, I warned you people from bringing these people in because of election purposes. Did Baraje not say that? So can we go back to that? So and then let us now join hands together.
Is that what has got us to this level of this abductions and kidnappings that we are seeing? Is that what you're saying?
Are those bandits bouncing? Are they not the one now doing all these things?
That is what you're
saying. Have they not caught some bandits and they said that even their languages are different from the one being spoken in Nigeria?
Let's get Sijibomi's perspective to this now, because one of the papers this morning talked about the fact that kidnappers in the Federal Capital Territory are collecting ransom through banks, and we're wondering, how is it that these monies cannot be traced? We have the BVN, we have all of those, and victims are still paying monies through this channel, and we're not able to, put an end to these activities when it comes to movement of monies with regards to kidnapping.
The reason is simple. They are now very bold. There is nothing you can do about it for now. Because if there is a victim and that victim pays ransom, wants to pay ransom, and there is another victim that doesn't have enough to pay ransom but has a family that can get the money in to his or her own account, they can pay it through their account. So the onus lies on the other victim's representative or family to go get that money. The boldness is at another level now. So, and it's easy for them to do that through the banks because they have victims in their custody. So if a victim is willing to pay, if a victim's family is willing to pay, another victim who doesn't have enough, the family can be used as the bait to get the money. So,
but these monies should send a signal. There are limits to which you can move. There are certain amounts you can move around, and when it goes beyond that, alarms are raised, and so that should give a sign that something is going on.
Sometimes we tend to see these people or to view them as illiterate. Some of them could be, but the people behind them, their backers, where they get their harms from, they are very, very intelligent. So many of them are youths. So if people can do Bitcoin successfully in Nigeria, can do a lot of businesses successfully, and even the older generation, the politicians have taught them how to go about this laundry of money let me put it like that. They've taught them because there are ways you can spread money without taking the bulk out of your bank account. Really? So there's so many things, so many. So, and I won't be surprised if they now use those monies to buy maybe coins and crypto. So these are the things. It's evolving. Before they started with attacking policemen, attacking barracks, soldiers' barracks, but they evolve into looking at soft targets, vulnerable people. So these are the different evolution of insurgency in Nigeria. But what I just want to say is, what are we going to do about it?
That's the question.
So it's good to complain, to say this is how it started. Banditry started a long time ago in Nigeria. It's been over, that I've been seeing it in papers.
But how long do we continue? Because if you also look at the papers this morning, it's saying on the front page of the Business Day, Nigeria risks lost generation on mass abduction of students.
The only thing the government can do, and which they harm me, which I like the statement of the Chief of Army Staff, is to send them to where they can answer for their sins. You have to wish them. Continue to wish them. That's the only thing you can do, because this has become an industry. And people that are getting money from it will not withdraw or relinquish their means of making money.
All right.
And even additionally, when you move money, there's no how it will raise alarm. Who are supposed to come in? Someone is supposed to come in. So why, the question is, why are those people
who are supposed to raise
the alarm and not raising the alarm? And even when they raise the alarm, the people that are supposed to come in and do the investigation and when you're talking of bank accounts, people have BVN, they have all their addresses there, they have all their biometrics there. So when you are supposed to now arrest such people, who are supposed to arrest them, why are they not being arrested? These are issues that Nigerians wants to know.
Absolutely. Let's quickly take a look at today's trial of Sunday Igboho at a Benin court. And if you look at the Vanguard newspaper, it says that the federal government is ready with evidences for the Benin court to present exclusive videos today, and then Olubadan sends delegation to Cotonou. And I'm asking that can Nigeria justify the extradition of Sunday Adeyemo? Looking at today, how do you think this case would swing?
Well, I wouldn't think any way it will swing. Rather, we want to look at the issues that it all entails. One, Sunday Igboho started as somebody who wants to defend his people because government is not doing enough on security. Just as when people are buying generators to give themselves
and then
lights.
Suddenly,
and then yes, I will get there. When some people are also having balls in their houses, then he now say, look, I too want to defend my people, which he started on. But it's so unfortunate. If I were him, I would have stayed on that focus. But it's so unfortunate that I was now being dragged into Yoruba nationhood agitation.
Was he dragged into it?
Well,
because that's what he's making us understand.
No, listen, it started as somebody fighting for security.
We know.
All right, but along the line, those also doing, involving themselves in Yoruba nation agitation, now saw the crowd following him and then decide to catch on that, to now bring him to it. That is one. Two, security now said, look, you have to come and let us discuss why you are doing this.
But he didn't.
He didn't. They went to his house. He now decided to escape. Meanwhile, remember, the security said his traveling documents and all that have been taken away from him. But in Benin Republic now, they are now saying they have seen their own passports with him.
But
how
his
did you
legal counsel says afterwards, after that Friday, the legal counsel said that he had the Nigerian passport with a German residence on it, not the Beninois
But then
passport.
the question is, the one that the Beninois are now displaying, is it also true or not? So
that's
these are
his counsel has said is not
these
true.
are the issue, and that's why I said nobody can say this is where it will swing.
The case against him now is the fact that he's said to be accused of illegally trafficking in arms because of the weapons that were found in his house by the DSS.
Do you know there are two cases?
And then there is also the aspect of the fact that according to him, according to them, inciting violence that could result in social disturbance. There are 3 cases against him.
2. Why am I saying 2? One from the Nigerian side, which can be, segmentized, which can be segmentized. Then one from the Benin government, which is as regards their passports. All right?
His legal counsel has said he doesn't have
the
that.
legal counsel is saying it, but the government is saying no.
Right.
So the issue is the Beninois. We want to first of all look at their own, the one that affects them really, before looking at that of Nigeria. And then again, mark you, Nigeria is like a big brother to Benin Republic, and they want to wield their own big stick on that Benin Republic as regards diplomatic relationship between the two. And also mark you, our whatever ambassador is Bratai there. He too, he also want to perform. Do you understand? So
we have been seeing his performance.
And then meanwhile, the Yoruba Obas too, they are saying that they are going there to also show solidarity.
The same delegation.
So it's going to be a kind of a case that has started now, and nobody can say this is when exactly it will end.
Right. Let's get your perspective.
Sunday Igboho's case is a political issue, and it's going to have a political solution. So what we're just saying for now is drama. Forget all the court cases. It's drama, because that's my own perspective about it. Because the Republic of Benin, the first case is facing today, it doesn't have anything to do with Nigeria. It's about
The passport.
The passport and the model of he wanted to use to travel. So, and Benin Republic is a country of laws. Let's forget that they are close to Nigeria, or Nigeria is a kind of big brother to every one of us, or every one of the countries there. But it's a country of laws. If you've been to Benin Republic, flout their traffic rules, they will chase you to anywhere and they will catch you. So, when they finish with that, then they get back to the extradition issue from Nigeria. Now, Nigerian government has to be very careful. Now, they are between the devil and the blue sea.
Really?
Yes, because the same mistake that, the same challenge Sunday Igboho had of fighting so many battles at the same time, the Nigerian government is getting into it. Now, the people from, our brothers from the East are looking at the situation. Okay, you have treated this person like this. How are you going to resolve this one? The government at the same time wants to have a big, wants to make a big statement with Benin Republic of get this guy back in. So Benin Republic also is trying to look good in the eyes of international community. So that's why I told you that it's going to be a political solution. There's so many vested interests, and they're going to sit together where we are not privy to, and find a soft landing that will not make the government look bad and that will not cause a bigger problem. Because I'm telling you, if this issue is not well managed, it could create a bigger problem that we all have not envisaged.
What kind of problem?
Let me leave it at that for now. Let me leave it at that. See, when you have monarchs and governors are even careful to make concrete statements on issues, then you know there's so many things that are going on. So let's just allow the drama to fizzle out. I know Sunday Igboho will be taken care of, we'll be okay, and I think we can move to the next topic in Nigeria maybe next week.
All right. We'll leave the conversation there, gentlemen. We'll see how things pan out today, because a lot of persons, like you have rightly pointed out, are waiting to see how things pan out, and perhaps he might know his fate today, talking about Sunday Igboho at the Benin court when they resume hearing later today. We are following developments with that case, as well as that of Nnamdi Kanu, which is also going on, which will go on later today. So we will be bringing you developments with regards to these cases, which we know is of interest to a lot of Nigerians. But we must thank you, gentlemen, Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for your time on the newspaper review this morning. Thank you so much.
For having us.
Thank you.